Hello there guys, and welcome to this video. Following my Boeing FMC tutorial, many of you have requested that I do this video to show the basics of programming an Airbus MCDU or MCDU. And so in this video, we are going to be doing just that. I'm going to show you how to enter a flight plan manually into the Airbus FMC, and we're going to begin by taking a look at a flight plan which I created using SimBrief. We're then going to take a look at the airport charts, and then we'll head over to the flight deck to program the MCDU. For the purpose of our tutorial today, we are going to be doing a short flight from Kastrup or Copenhagen Airport to Arlanda Airport in Stockholm. And we're gonna fly at 37,000 feet. This is our fuel information, so this is our planned fuel. The block fuel is 12,107 pounds of fuel, which is about 5,500 kilos. And if we scroll down here, and by the way, I created this plan using SimBrief, and I will make the plan available in case you want to follow it and follow the tutorial. So this is our route today. This is Kastrup. We're going to depart runway 22 left through the Kema 1 Foxtrot departure. This is the end of our SID, and then we're going to take November 851 Airway, Zulu 226 Airway, and we're going to exit at Nylag, and they then take the Nilu 1 November star into Arlanda, and then land runway 19 right. Okay, this is what our plan looks like here, and as you can see, exactly this is the airway. Okay, this is our top of climb, and then we're going to exit 851 at Mekne, at Pullup, and then take airway Zulu 226, which is the beginning of our top of descent. And we're going to exit Zulu 226 at Nylag or Nilog, however you want to say it. And then we're going to take the Nilo 1 November star into Arlanda. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the airport charts to see what those SIDs and stars look like, and then we'll go and program the MCDU. In terms of our SID, this is Kastrup Airport, Copenhagen, and this is the chart that we are interested in, which is the RNAV SIDs for runways 22 left and right. And if you examine the chart, you will see that this is our departure. This is our SID right here, which is the Kemax 1 Foxtrot departure. So we'll make a note of that. Just what you need to do is just remember how this looks, so that when we program the MCDU, we can verify that this is indeed the departure that we're taking. So in terms of our arrival into Arlanda, we are arriving runway 19 right. So let's look at the star. There we go. So that's the chart for our arrival, and this is the Nilog 1 November star, which we are going to be flying into Arlanda. And as you can see, it comes over here, and then it turns, and this is the airport right here. So it's going to have a turn. It's going to be a nice looking approach on the MCDU. And again, we will verify this information in the MCDU once we're done with the programming. Okay, let's head over to the flight deck and get things ready. We are now ready to start programming the MCDU. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to options, and we're going to enter our fuel. So we need 5,500 kilograms of fuel, and then we don't need any of the ground power unit, as I have already started the APU. So the first thing we want to do is go to the initialization page, and you achieve this by clicking on Init. And the way you enter the departure and destination airports in an Airbus MCDU is a little different than a Boeing. So in a Boeing, normally they're on the opposite ends of the screen, In an Airbus, they're right next to each other, and you need to separate the destination, the departure and destination, with a slash, forward slash, and you enter them all at once. But fundamentally, all the information that you'd enter into a Boeing FMC is going to be there in an Airbus MCDU, and with very slight differences, of course. So we are at Echo Kilo Charlie Hotel, which is Kastrup Airport in Copenhagen, and we add the forward slash, and we're heading to Arlanda, which is Echo Sierra Sierra Alpha. All right, we enter that here and just return. So now we have the departure and destination airports. The flight number is Scandinavian Airlines Flight 1428, and by the way, this is a real flight number I pulled out of flightaware.com. The cost index for this flight is going to be 20, and the cruising altitude is 370. Okay, and now we can do IRS align, and now the IRS, the ADIRS will be aligned, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. Okay, so now that we've entered the echelonization information, we need to enter our fuel. So we'll enter the zero fuel information here, block fuel here, that gives 5.5, and now we have the initial fuel prediction for our flight. Now the fun part begins. So we click on flight plan, and this is where things are slightly different from a Boeing FMC. So if you're used to a Boeing, this is where it's going to start getting a little different. So in a Boeing FMC, you normally have a departure and arrival button here in the FMC, and once you click it, you'll be able to select, you'll have the departure airport on this side, and then the destination airport on this side, and then you click on departure to select your departing runway and your SID, and you do the same thing once you're done for the destination airport. In an Airbus, it's slightly different, where you need to click first on your departing airport. So we click here, and now you'll see different options. You'll have the departure, you'll have the next waypoint, or you can enter some latitude information, I suppose. So we're going to click on departure, and today we're going to be departing runway 22 left, okay? And we're going to be departing through the Kima 1 Foxtrot departure, okay? And we're going to say insert, okay? So now we have the departure set. Now what you need to do next is you need to scroll all the way to the end of your star, beg your pardon, end of your SID. So the end of our SID is Kmax, okay? Now let's take a look at our plan real quick. And we need to interrogate the route, which is here, okay? So the next waypoint that the next airway that we're gonna take is November 851, okay? So we'll go to Kmax, and we'll click on airways, and now we select November 851, okay, and we put it into the VIA, okay? So November 851. Now you can go ahead and enter the exit point of November 851, but another way of doing it is, let me just make this a bit smaller. The other way you can do it is just enter the next airway, and it will automatically know where the exit point is. So from November 851, we're going to enter Zulu 226, okay? So let's come back here and say Zulu 226, and we're going to enter it here. And now, as you can see, what has happened is that the flight management computer already knows that if you are going to take this airway, coming from this airway, you will need to exit at this particular waypoint. And by the way, this trick works both in an Airbus and a Boeing FMC. All right, so now we need to take a look here. So this is the exit point, because after that becomes our start will begin. So we're going to exit at Nylug. So we're going to enter that here. Right? And we enter it there, and we say insert. And you have to make sure that you say insert, otherwise, whatever you entered will be simply ignored. Now what you can see is we have the top of climb, and we have our top of descent. And now there is a disco here because we haven't really entered the arrival information at Arlanda. So let's go ahead and do that. So we select our destination, which is Arlanda. We go on to arrival, and now we can select our runway, which is 19 right. And now we can select the star, which is, oops, I think I just passed it. There it is, the Nilo 1 November star. And again, we say insert. And now the entire flight plan is loaded into the flight management computer. There we go. There are no discontinuities. Okay, let's take a look at the flight plan real quick. If you recall, when we looked at the airport charts, this is pretty much what our SID looked like. And this confirms that we have the correct SID loaded into the flight management computer. And let's go ahead now and step through so that we can take a look at the arrival as well. So this is our plan. This is how we're gonna progress through the flight. And now this is our star. Okay, let me go ahead and increase the range here so we can see. There we go. And now we can just say step through, and now we have the nice approach into Arlanda, as you can see here. There we go. So that actually confirms to the airport charts that we've looked for this particular star. So now everything is ready in terms of our flight plan. The only thing that we need to do now is to set up our performance data. And the way we do this, we go to performance and we click on V1, which is 135. We rotate, that's 135 as well. And V2 is 136. Flaps 1 for this departure today. And flex temperature, we'll say 40. And voila, we're pretty much done now, and we are ready for departure. All right, folks, so this is the very basic guide to programming an Airbus MCDU. This brings us to the conclusion of our short show today. I hope that this has been a useful and informative video. If you have any questions, as usual, please post them in the comment section below. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.